Bonfires burning bright, pumpkin faces in the night. I remember Halloween, dead cats hanging from poles, little dead riding droves. I remember Halloween.
We're here with E.L.Dawson, the author of Chat at Days of the Dead Horror Convention. How you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, man?
I'm doing good.
Awesome.
You want to tell everybody what the book's about?
Yeah, it's actually about a 17-year-old girl who meets a serial killer in the chat room. She, at the beginning, Katie is very distraught anyway, and by the end of it, she becomes a pretty strong young woman. She meets Shags, who's actually a serial killer, and then she also meets Larry, who's a cop. And she has the hots for Larry, and Larry has the hots for her, and Shags has the hots for her.
So this is kind of about the dangers of the internet.
Yes, very much so.
Right.
If you're a parent and got a teenager on the internet, you're going to want to read this book.
Yeah. Now, where can you get the book right now?
You can go to Barnes & Noble and order it. Excuse me.
All right.
You can also order it from BarnesandNoble.com. You can order it from PublishAmerica.com. And you can order it from Amazon.com.
Want to hold up the book?
Yes. I'm sorry.
No problem.
This is the book.
Yeah.
And like I said,
is
if
this
you've
your
got
first
children.
novel?
Oh yes, and I'm working on my next one, which is called Most Wanted, and it's about a 1930s notorious bank robber who supposedly killed in 1937, and well, in 1976, 4 12-year-olds find out their neighbor is actually this bank robber.
Ah. That sounds really interesting.
It's going to be. It's based on John Dillinger. My grandmother I grew up in the same town, but my grandmother happened to be real good friends with John Dillinger's sister. And we were told that Dillinger was not actually killed in Chicago. He was sitting there at the farm laughing his ass off.
Right.
During the broadcast.
Are you going to mention that's loosely based on that in the book, or are you just going to keep that to yourself?
I'm going to keep that pretty much to myself. I don't want to have to pay
right.
his nephew for this.
Yeah.
And then I also have I'm working on a young adult series. It's about a Texas Ranger in the Old West who has to battle the forces of evil.
Right. And you want to give us some details on that one?
Actually, yeah. First one's going to be called Cowboy Ben and the Ghost Town of Aberdeen, which he's chasing down a few horse rustlers, and he comes across a town that's full of zombies.
Right.
And well, it kind of turns out the zombies are a protector to a head vampire.
Oh, okay.
And in this series, I've got vampires, Mordred, who's actually King Arthur's son, will be the head vampire.
Right.
I've got werewolves in it, zombies, I've got a gill man who happens to be the last person from Atlantis, who's been tasked with protecting the Fountain of Youth. I've got a headless horseman in it. I've got a mummy.
Yeah.
I am bringing the glory back to the genre.
Right.
That is my plan. I'm so tired of hearing about sparkly vampires.
Right.
Family-friendly vampires and werewolves. Oh God, talk about making me sick. let's bring these creatures back to their glory.
Right. Now, as a fan here, what was the highlight for you?
Oh, from here?
Yeah.
Well, I've met with so many great people. I had a great time meeting with William Catt, Ari Lehman, who I've been friends with for a while.
He's a really funny guy.
Oh God, he is such a great guy. I want to say right now, though, that I am really proud and happy for Adolfo, the promoter.
Who put it all together.
Yes, he has done an awesome job. You know, for a first convention, this was the best convention I've ever been to. You know,
and they've already announced they're doing it again next year.
Oh yes.
Yep.
Oh yes, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'm going to be here.
Definitely. Well, I want to thank you for doing this with us,
Well,
man.
thank you,
and
man.
Good luck on the book.
Oh, thank you. You know, like I said, it's Chat by E.L.Dawson. You know, if you have children, it's on the internet. You need to read this book. Thank you.
Candy apples and razor blades.